oh, flare-ups are nothing, they're not that bad, like anybody can handle it. No, I'm not saying that. This is just my first one. Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Octavia if you are new. So as y'all can see, I'm a little bit dolled up, okay? I am not going anywhere. I literally just did this just because I feel like having a little fun and playing in some makeup and feel like giving y'all something to look at while I talk to y'all. But a little disclaimer before you get any further into this video: if you are eating, have a weak stomach, or anything of that nature, I would suggest you to watch this video when you are not eating. And if you're not a person, if you're a person who gets disgusted about talking about, you know, intestinal issues, don't watch this video, because I do not censor anything. I try to, but it's really hard for me. It just comes out. So just a disclaimer, don't continue to watch the video, or watch it later when you're not eating, because this is not a eat and look type of video, okay? Unless you got a strong stomach and it don't bother you. But yeah, so in this video you guys will be watching me attempt to do this makeup look, and also talk to you guys about my first my experience with my first flare-up since I've been diagnosed with Crohn's disease. So I'm not gonna talk anymore, I'm just gonna get right into the video. Hey you guys, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. So I decided to do this video a little bit different because I didn't want to just be sitting and talking to y'all like I normally do when I do this type of videos. I was like, what can I do that won't be doing too much that I actually want to do? So I said, why don't I do some makeup? Y'all, I am literally not going anywhere. I am in pajamas right now, but I just felt like doing my makeup. And as I told y'all, if y'all watch any of my previous vlogs or videos, I really don't do makeup. I really don't wear makeup, but I do want to get better at doing makeup, so that way when I do want to get, you know, a little dolled up here and there, I can look really, really good. So yeah, so I don't know if I'm gonna start making this a thing on my channel with my sit down videos, like do my makeup while I talk to y'all, so that way it makes me practice more and gives y'all something to look at while I'm talking. But we're gonna see. So what I did is I went on Pinterest and kind of looked up fall looks, like something for me to try to practice with. So I came across this look right here. If it focus, kind of like a soft smoky eye look. So I'm gonna try that. We're gonna see how I do. As y'all can see, I already did my eyebrows, and y'all, like I said, I'm new to makeup, so I don't really have that much makeup. So the products I'm only gonna be using probably is this Juvia's Place Warriors palette, and then my Morphe James Charles palette. And foundation I use is the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, and the concealers I use are the Revolution Conceal and Define, and yeah, if it focus, anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. I don't contour, I don't even want to get into that yet. Like, I just want to focus on eyeshadow right now. And you know, contour and highlight, we'll get into that later. But anyways, let me not ramble too much for this beginning. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm actually gonna do this eye. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'm not gonna talk to y'all yet about my Crohn's disease flare-ups. I'm gonna do this eye first, so that way while I'm talking to y'all, I can just, you know, keep it going. I ain't gotta be like, what do I do next? What I'm gonna do next? So I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all see me do this eye, and then I'm gonna start talking when we get ready to do this eye and do all the foundation and stuff like that. So let me put my YouTube on, and fingers crossed I can achieve this look, y'all. Okay, y'all, so I'm pretty much done with the first eye. Like, let me zoom in, let y'all look at it. I mean, I didn't put no concealer or nothing on my eyelids to let the eyeshadow stick to it. I just kind of put the eyeshadow like on my regular lid. But I mean, I'm going for, like I said, a soft smoky eye look. So anyways, let me start on this eye and let me start talking to y'all. So first off, like I always say, if you are new to my channel, I do have Crohn's disease. I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease in 2019. So I have only been living with this disease now for 3 years. I do not know everything about this disease. I am still learning. But, you know, as new things come up and things of that nature, I just kind of wanted to start recording it and talking about it, and, you know, maybe help some other people who are newly diagnosed, and maybe some people who've been having it for 20, 30, 40 years can, you know, enlighten me on some things that they do and things of that nature. Of course, this disease is not, dang, I just dropped my glue on the floor. It's not the same for everybody. It affects everybody who has it body different. So just because this medication works for this person doesn't mean it's gonna work for you. With that being said, let me tell y'all, so of course, like I said, I got diagnosed with Crohn's disease in 2019. I already did my little sit down video on how I was diagnosed. If you haven't watched that, please go watch that, and also my video on how it has affected my life so far. But that was my diagnosis. I haven't had a flare up since I got that initial diagnosis under control. So once I started Humira back, I think I started my Humira in 2020. Was it 2020? Yeah, 2020. My Crohn's disease had been in remission, under control or whatever. So starting like, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna really be looking at y'all too much. I'm gonna be looking at these mirrors. But starting like in June of this year, I started noticing like I was starting to have, you know, looser stools and more frequent bowel movements here and there. Like, of course, with Crohn's disease, you're gonna have some good days and bad days. I feel like regardless of whether it's under control or not, because you can eat something and you may not have realized like, oh, I don't think this is gonna bother me today, but it decided to mess you today. So anyways, like I said, I had noticed I had started having more frequent bowel movements. I didn't really pay too much or nothing of it because I already know like I wasn't 100% doing what I needed to do diet wise. So anyways, June, July, come around about, you know, at the end of July, August, I started to notice a little bit more symptoms coming. At this point, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm definitely having a flare up because these stools are still loose. And like when I was in remission, my stools weren't loose, and when I say loose, I mean diarrhea. I was having more formed stools, and of course I wasn't going that frequent per day. I was going like twice a day and like every other day. I wasn't going every day. So at this point I'm like going every day. So I got a new insurance, and I knew it was time for me to get another colonoscopy, so I had to find another doctor, but unfortunately that doctor didn't have availability until August. So anyways, fast forward to now, August, it's time for me to get my colonoscopy done or whatever. It shows that I do have active inflammation, so the disease is active in my body right now. So like I said, this is my first flare-up since being diagnosed and it being under control. So, and I'm still in it right now. I'm talking about it like it's dead and gone, but I'm still in it right now. But I don't fully know what to expect, or like, you know, yeah, or how long it's supposed to last and this or that nature. So my symptoms with this flare up, I will say, has been, I have had, like I said, diarrhea. I'm still having that. I have had more frequent bowel movements. So I've been going anywhere from 5 times, well, anywhere from maybe 2 times a day to like 5 times a day. And it's I've been going every day. I really can't say I've really missed a day where I haven't went at least 1 time. And what I have had is rectal bleeding. Now my rectal bleeding, I don't know, I think that could be due to my hemorrhoids. I know, talking to one of my previous doctors when I had it, he was saying, you know, sometimes your hemorrhoids could be flared up and it could be due to that, because I know this is about to be very TMI and graphic, but hey, if you might as well tell the real if you're gonna tell it. So when they tell you, like, the way to determine whether you have internal bleeding or if it's not, is like if your stools are dark. And my stools haven't been dark, and it's literally only when I wipe that I would see blood on the napkin, and I would know I probably would see some bleeding, because like I said, I think my hemorrhoids are flared up because when I apply too much pressure, or if I may have a formed stool come out, it hurts. So, and I think that is due to me having more frequent movements in the bathroom. I think my excuse my language, but I think my booty hole is just tied, y'all. I think it's just tied. So yeah, right now, when the doctor, after my Crohn's disease, after my colonoscopy, he noticed the inflammation. He was like, well, we might have to change your medication, or we might have to increase your dosage of the Humira you're taking, because prior to my colonoscopy, I did get what did I get done? I got blood work and stool samples done, and that came back to show that the Humira was not, like I said, high in my system. So, and I didn't have any antibodies to it, so that's when he was like, well, you may just need a stronger dose of it, because your body's not fighting it off. It's just may not be strong enough for you. And the dosage I was taking was the the 40 milligram dosage. Every 2 weeks is what I have been taking, and what have been keeping me under control. So I'm like, okay, well, before we do that, I was like, well, how about, you know, put me on steroids while I take my Humira? And so he did that. He put me on prednisone for 5 weeks, which that didn't do much of nothing except for make me swell. So me learning this, I'm like, okay, I mean, prednisone, I don't know if that really helped me the first time, but I knew I took it, so I was like, well, let me try it. And I know one doctor had said, you know, we may have to try steroids with your medication. So I was like, well, let's see if it'll work. So we tried it. Obviously it's not working, so went ahead and doubled my dosage of my Humira pen. So now my Humira pen is 80 milligrams, not 40 milligrams, every 2 weeks. So I just took my first dose of that on last Saturday. So far I'm still, like I say, I will say the rectal bleeding and the discomfort has gone down for sure, but I am still having frequent bowel movements. And y'all, I'm not even gonna lie, I haven't been eating how I'm supposed to eat every single day, like how I should eat. You know, when you have a flare-up, I think you definitely should try to get back into your food journal and kind of try to stick with the foods that you know are going to work for your digestive system, just to at least get you out of your flare-up, to get you back into remission. But y'all, after so long, you get tired of doing that. You get tired of being picky of what you can and can't eat, and this, that, and the third. Like, yeah, I'm so tired of eating chicken and like bake this, bake that, like try not to eat no cheese, no ice cream, no this, no, like, you get tired of being picky. Like, I'm really tired of being picky. So I'm not gonna lie and say like, oh, you know, I've been doing everything I'm supposed to be doing to the T. I don't know why it's still lasting this long. But honestly, I don't know how long flare-ups can last or will last. Like, I don't know the time period. This is my first flare-up since I've been diagnosed. But like I said, it started in June. We are now, tomorrow is October. So yeah, it's been a couple of months. Now, what I will say is my symptoms are still not as bad as what they were before I was diagnosed. Like, I have not lost my appetite. I have felt fatigue, but that is definitely due to, I'm pretty positive my iron level is low due to the rectal bleeding I've been having. But that's, and I have had some abdominal cramping, but this abdominal cramping has been mild compared to what it was before. So this flare-up really hasn't been that bad. And I'm not saying that to say, oh, flare-ups are nothing, they're not that bad, like anybody can handle it. No, I'm not saying that. This is just my first one. This is my experience with my first one. I don't know what it may be like later, because I know that I am pretty sure I am going to have more in the future. Like, this is just flare up number 1, and like I said, I am still learning. And I hate to say this, but I'm gonna say it like, well, no, I'm not gonna say it because it's not that. I'm just gonna disregard what I was gonna say because now I forgot, to be honest. But this is definitely a disease of trial and error and figuring it out. Like, once you think you got it figured out, you don't, because it can change on you at any point and moment. What causes a flare-up? I don't know. You know, if you talk to your doctor, this is what the eyes are looking like. Period. I think I'm doing pretty good. If you talk to your doctor, you know, they can tell you, you know, stress can contribute to it. There maybe could have been a change in your immune system or something, your diet. It could be a multitude of things that can, I guess, make a flare up occur. So that you can't say 100% like, oh, if I do this, that, and the third, then I shouldn't get a flare up. I'm not going to get a flare up. Like, I found the cure. As far as I know, no one has found a cure for this disease. Yes, they've made several medications and several tricks and remedies for you to do and use to help keep it under control and let the disease not be active, I guess essentially lay dormant in your body, but it's gonna be there forever. It's like diabetes. Like, once you get diagnosed with diabetes, I really haven't heard too many people that say, oh, I'm not a diabetic no more. Like, once you got it, you got it. You just gotta live with it. But you just have to figure out ways to learn how to keep it controlled. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This flare up has I've kind of gotten over me worrying about it too much. Like, oh my gosh, because I said when I got diagnosed, like, my greatest fear with having this disease was having to get, I guess that is a fear, is having to get a colostomy bag. Like, I really don't want that. And I know with this disease, of course, there's a possibility that I may have to get it. You know, I'm not gonna say that I won't, but that's the one thing that I'm trying to avoid and don't want to have to deal with. But if I do, it is what it is. I'm not gonna allow myself to get depressed or be like, oh my god, life is over, I got a poop bag. And it's really not that serious at all. But that's honestly, anytime I have a situation, that's my greatest fear, is having to have a surgery and have a bag. And I've never had an actual surgery done before in my life where they've had to cut me open. And y'all, I don't even think I'm scared of like surgery per se. I'm just scared of the pain and the stuff that you have to deal with after surgery. Like, I ain't gonna say I got a low pain tolerance. I got a tolerance for pain per se, but I have never broken a bone or nothing like that. I don't have children. I don't even have cramps on my period. So I have never dealt with like significant great pain. And I honestly don't know how I would be. So yeah. But if I have to, you know, get surgery or things of that nature, then I'm gonna do what I gotta do, y'all. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. But so far, I mean, my doctor, I mean, based on my colonoscopy, he, you know, it hasn't gotten to that point or anything like of that nature. I just feel like right now it's just the fact of figuring out what medicine is gonna work this time. And y'all, I am not a person that likes taking medicine. I really hate taking medicine. Like, I just don't like it. I would say I don't have a choice. Essentially, you do have a choice, but I really don't want to change what's already been introduced to my body and my body has kind of adjusted to, because of course with any medicine or anything that you take, there's always side effects or things that it can cause for you in the future. Like, I remember when my grandmother she was taking, I forgot, it was some medication that she was taking for, I think, her blood pressure, and it came out like later on that if you start taking this medication and was later diagnosed with type 2, y'all know those commercials, those lawsuit commercials, and you were later diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, you know, it was caused from this. And come to find out, y'all, like, that medicine, she actually ended up getting type 2 diabetes. So it's crazy. You know, you taking something to help you fix this, and then it causes something else. Like, really, you just can't win for losing. But I really hope that this Humira doubling the dose works, because if not, my doctor was telling me the next step I would have to do is like a different type of medicine, but I wouldn't give it to myself. It'll be like going to get I would go to, like, I guess a facility and like get an infusion every so often. It won't be as frequent, but I'm a little nervous. Like, I don't know, when they tell me stuff like that, I just think about my grandmother and how when she went to her chemo treatments, because I mean, I would take her to some of them and having to sit there and be hooked up with the machines. There was people in there that was coming to get like iron infusions or different stuff like that. But all in all, my greatest fear is just having a crazy reaction to it. That is always my fear when introducing. Y'all, I can never talk. Maybe I need a speech therapist, not a mental therapist. Introducing something new in my body, not taking it well. Because my mom, she told me about one of her co-workers' daughter who has Crohn's disease. They had started her on some medication, and like, I think on her second dose, she like passed out or something. I'm like, what? Like, I'm not a person that gets sick or ever really passed out before in my life. So yeah, but I will say this flare up, all in all, it's just been annoying. That's what I can say. Overall, it's just annoying, and I know it's eventually going to end. I'll just be glad when it do. Eventually we will find the answer. I say we're gradually getting to the answer. But if my doctor, like, if Humira doesn't work, and he tells me like, okay, yeah, you're gonna have to switch to a different medication, I might try to seek like a second opinion just to see what they say. You know, like, is this really my only option? Like, what is my other option? Like, if I like, what is my other option? And if, you know, essentially that's it, then that's it. But y'all, my goal is to try to stick with my same medication and not have to change it. But you really, at the end of the day, you just gotta figure it out. Figure it out. But y'all, the makeup coming together pretty good over here. So y'all, I'm just gonna finish. Well, do I have any, like, what else do I have to say? I don't know. My brain just went into outer space right now, and I hate when it does that. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna just finish my face, and then I'm gonna come back on here and continue talking to you guys. So yeah, let me finish the face so y'all can see what it looks like. Okay, y'all, so I am back. I decided to, you know, take my little headscarf off and put on the headband, kind of give y'all the finished look. Let me see, how do y'all think I did? This is that. Hold on, let it focus, and then me. So, not too bad for a beginner. I will say, you know, practice makes perfect. This is my first attempt at doing this, and the more I do it, the better I'm gonna get. But anyways, yeah, that pretty much wraps up my my experience so far dealing with this flare up. Of course, if you guys have any tips or anything, or remember your first flare-up experience, and you know, let me know how long did your flare-up last, what were your symptoms, and things of that nature. Just comment with me down below, and if you found this video informative, of course, let me know. And if you like, you know, watching me do something while I talk about these things, let me know. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna do it every single time. Y'all might, you know, how I might be sitting on the couch, might be in the bed, you know, just depend on what mood I'm in. But I felt like giving y'all a visual with an audio. But yes, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. To all my fellow IBD people out there, we got this. We are strong. We are fighters for sure. Every day we fight, we fight, we fight. So don't think you are being defeated at all. This disease is just, it's a part of you. That's it. So as always, I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next video. Love you guys. Bye.